Everybody, welcome to the Native Honor Hour, starring me, and only me.
Oh, I'm not even here.
Oh, my poor Kenny. Me and Kenny are here. Ed Zendejas and Gary Farmer are on their way in, so for now it's my dream. It's just me. Should we bash Ed unbelievably?
We could.
We could.
I mean, you do that anyways, though, don't you?
I know. It's almost more fun to bash him when he's actually here.
Yeah, because then you can see his sad expressions.
Okay, well then we'll go ahead and do Moccasin Grapevine. Everybody, tonight is the Gary Farmer and the Troublemaker concert down here at UNO in the Sapp Fieldhouse, 7 to 9. We also are bringing in some local Native artists, Donnell Keeler, Valerie Kills Crow Copeland, and our own Ron Garvey. Both two of those, Valerie Kills Crow and Ron Garvey, are UNO graduates. So we're going to have their art show up, and it's the end of the year with our service learning learning class. What word was I trying to think of there? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Our service learning class with South High, and they will be showcasing their finished projects too. So tonight should be a lot of fun. Ignore the rain. Come listen to Farmer.
Oh, it's not going to be canceled?
Oh my God, thank God it's inside. Because you know Ed looked at me at lunch and said, and you wanted it outside. Because you know I did. I love outside stuff.
I bet everybody'd still show up, I mean.
Well, I know. I think it's Farmer. Every time he comes, we have big rains.
Just brings the rains with him.
I think he does. I'm really starting to think so. Twice last year he was supposed to come. First time we got rained out, Nick Sarvin wouldn't let us use the fields, and second time they couldn't get into Nebraska. Remember when all the roads were...
Yeah, everything is flooded and stuff.
Yeah, that was horrible. So this weekend, there's two big powwows, one in Lincoln at UNO and one in Norfolk. The Ponca are also doing a powwow that honors Fred Leroy. And then, of course, do I even need to tell you what's next weekend?
Yeah, you do. I forgot.
Powwow! UNO powwow.
You almost forgot about that, didn't you?
No, honey, I have been eating, drinking, living powwow. I'm just ready. I wish it was this weekend. I'm ready to go. Last weekend, went to Creighton's powwow. It was a great time. Good music, good dancers, good turnout. I hope it carries on for ours.
What day is the one in Norfolk?
Saturday.
Saturday?
They both are Saturday. UNL and Norfolk is Saturday. Are you going to be up there?
Maybe. I don't know.
Go check out the powwow. Have you been to powwow?
Not the one in Norfolk. No.
Have you ever been to
I didn't
powwow?
even know they had one. I've been to the one here.
Well, Norfolk is one of the service areas for the Ponca. So, yeah, they have it there. They also have, they have them all over. There's whose powwow is in Niobrara? Santee. That powwow is a good one, too. There's a lot of powwows. We, UNO and Creighton, are pretty much the kickoff of the powwow season. Then they run through until Metro in September is pretty much the end of powwow time. And we have ours indoors because April is just too unpredictable.
Because it always rains?
Yeah, and it could. That Creighton powwow last weekend was with all that severe weather. So they had to, at one point, try and evacuate people to the shelter. Can you imagine if it would have been outside?
It would have been pretty bad.
Yeah. So I guess it's a good thing that ours is inside, but I do like a good outside powwow. Take your lawn chair.
On a sunny day?
Yeah.
What about a rainy, thunderstormy, tornado kind of?
Or when it gets to be about 100 degrees and you're sitting out there, because pretty generally there's not a lot of trees.
100 degrees with a whole bunch of humidity.
Oh, and then
best
it's a little
time
bit
ever.
miserable. That's when I go for like an hour. Hello, walk around, shake hands with people, introduce myself, and peace out. Our powwow's the only one I stay at the whole time. I'm usually good for a couple hours, and then I can hear those drums starting to pound in my head, down my back. I have to have a little break from the powwow drums. And look, here they come. Ed and Gary are heading in.
Man.
I know, we started without them.
It's all
you don't
ruined.
give it back. Let's just get rid of it. We'll have it be the Cindy and Kenny show.
Should have just have them locked out the door.
I know, man. We were having a good time without you. Kenny and I are going alone next year.
Do it.
Yeah, we were powwow. Yeah, we were. I would like to welcome Gary Farmer. We're just sad you brought Zendejas back with you. We would have liked it if it was just you.
I can't go anywhere without Uncle Ed.
All right, Kenny, what kind of lies you been telling about me?
Well, we were going to talk bad about you, but it's more fun when you're here.
Yeah, that's true.
Then we can see the look on your face as we're mocking you.
All right, well, I'm here with Gary Farmer. Just,
Trying to get into TV monitor here.
yeah, actually, the camera's right there if you would turn
where
the
is
other
it?
way.
I don't see it.
See a little
You still
camera
can't
right there?
see him. He's got to scooch in a little. There we go.
Okay. He's
That's pretty uncomfortable.
just,
I know.
Oh, there I'm in.
just like
We
an
could
actor.
trade places.
You can tell he's an actor sitting there trying to bogart that TV screen.
I'm just glad they moved the camera. Before it was behind, and I blockaded it.
Oh, look at that. He's going to make sure he's, there you go.
I think you got it in the camera.
Oh,
There's a delay.
now see,
Did you
now
wipe
people,
all that grease off your nose?
Yeah, all that burger grease.
now people who didn't think Farmer was ever going to make it back in, he's here.
Yay!
We
made
got
it. I was telling him, we went to lunch, and I was telling him, because he posts on Facebook. What was that, Sunday night, Gary?
Yeah.
Oh, my guitar player had to go home sick, and
Oh, excuse me.
looked like I might have to cancel the tour. Like, oh, man. I was telling him, I said, people probably don't believe us when we say we know Gary Farmer.
I know.
Oh, you keep saying that, but he never shows up.
Well, we're going to quit inviting him because he brings the rain.
Last time I brought a nuclear disaster.
You did.
Yeah. Oh, my God, that was last time.
Yeah, that was.
I just decided, well, for the health of the band, we'll avoid Lincoln this time.
Nebraska, Omaha.
Have
Omaha,
we started
sorry.
glowing green yet?
No, we're okay.
We're okay?
You're a little green around the gills, but other than that, she's all right. But Gary's in town for our.
We already talked about this.
Did you?
Yeah. Honey,
See?
I've been on the air for a while here
There
now.
goes our material.
See what I
I
have
know.
to put-
We
see what I have
did
to
it.
put up
Kenny
with?
and I covered the whole evening.
He's on his Resified tour. It's promoting his. Shall we go like this?
Yeah.
Gary Farmer and the
You can't
Troublemakers.
see it,
Can you
Ed.
see that? Now go up to the camera there, Gary. We got it yet? There he goes. All right, promoting his new CD, Under the Water Tower.
And he's got some for sale tonight.
He's got T-shirts.
Ooh,
And-
T-shirts?
And if you're unable to make it to the concert, for our listeners, our international listeners, at one time we had international listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Saudi.
you lose them? Or?
Yeah, we did.
They came back.
Yeah, they got deployed back to the States. But but where can I get a hold of this, Gary?
The CD?
Yeah.
Well, you can write to me personally at Post Office Box 31096, Santa Fe, New Mexico 87594.
We'll post that on our Native Honor Hours Facebook page.
Yeah.
You can write to you. How about email? You got a website or anything
Gary
like that?
Troublemaker at Gmail is.
GaryTroublemaker@gmail.com.
Yeah, and the website is only MySpace. I think people are trying to help me get a website together, but not
You
yet.
need to get a website.
Yeah.
You sell all your gear there. Your Facebook? You got a Facebook
I have
page?
3 Facebook pages, but there's only one available because it stops at 5,000.
Nah, he's got so many friends.
Wow.
Listen to that. Everybody wants to be his friend.
Wow.
That way we can keep an eye on where you are. So if we're close to some of your shows, we can come.
Well, you can't be 35 years in the entertainment business and the camera and everyone's movie
He's a star.
movie
star.
He's a movie star.
movie collections and not
Okay.
have a few friends.
Yeah, we know. Cindy and I are just jealous. People unfriend us. Once they find out
Speak
what we're
for
like,
yourself.
I get
Turtle Man.
unfriended a lot.
Did
I
you?
lose people all the time.
they don't like us very much.
People complain to me about him on Facebook a lot.
Oh, do they?
The only ones that like me are my kids.
And your beautiful
that's
girlfriend.
That's kind of borderline too.
Your beautiful girlfriend finds you amusing, charming, and wonderful.
But we're going to be at the SAP Field House here in
They
the
know.
campus.
We told them.
Come on, Cindy.
We
Say
did,
me
man. What
something.
was
We
I
need
supposed to be
thousands of
talking
people
about
to
there?
Thousands of people. We got this huge
We've
venue.
got 4 cops. If we have 4
It's the
cops for
biggest
50
venue
people,
we've ever
it's going to
had.
be
You know,
sad.
we have 4 police officers trying to hold
You know
down
what,
the
though?
rowdy crowd.
That's not for the crowd. That's for the crowd's protection.
Oh, that's yeah, Cindy.
That's
They
to
need to-
protect the band.
They need to be protected from Cindy.
Well, since that lady got carjacked on campus, they're up in security on all events.
Oh yeah, we had an incident here a couple weeks ago. But the name, like I said, the name of the CD is Under the Water Tower. And before
like the
before we
design.
came here, Eric Sherman, one of our students, asked him a very good question. You're looking at me like
I'm waiting.
Sherman
I'm
can
waiting.
ask a good
Sherman
question.
is an intelligent and lovely young man.
He is. Anyway, he asked Gary. He says, "How'd you get the name for the CD?"
Oh, sorry.
He's sitting there gnawing on his CD. He's
I
like,
was trying to
come
open
on,
it
Gary, we just
because I
fed you
forgot we were
lunch.
going to autograph one for the powwow
Yeah.
and raffle it off for bbig money.
We are.
Yay.
Anyway,
That's after he gives me one and signs it. Anybody else can have one.
You know, anything you give to him just stays there.
I grew up, my res is just about 60 miles north of Buffalo, New York, and I was raised there to be born there because back in the day, we thought if you weren't born on the territory, on the land, then you'd lost your status as an Indianer. And so the family raced back, and I think my dad was already in the Army, I think we were in Buffalo waiting. My mom was pregnant, and my grandma's used to live in the west side of Buffalo. And so we raced up to the reservation to be born, and then as soon as I was born, I was whisked down to Texas.
Ooh, man.
And
Texas.
my father was in the Army there at Temple, Texas, and so in the American Army. And so I always credit that to being why I'm in New Mexico now. I couldn't figure why I'm down there, but it's the same climate somewhat. But what was the
New
question?
Mexico is heaven.
How'd you come up with
talking
Under
about?
the Water
Oh,
Tower
yeah.
for the...
So
the name
on
of
the
the
res
CD.
there, Graham Greene's from the same res. He's an actor as well. He got nominated for an Academy Award for Dances with Wolves, and he's a long time. He had 10 kids in his family, and I was the only one for 8 years, so I was spoiled. That's why I'm so spoiled. And he used to come play with my toys as a kid, and we were buddies. And
You take your toys from you?
no,
Was
I
he
let
that
him
kinda
have
guy?
them. We had cardboard tanks. That's what it's amazing. We've been playing with guns and toys and tanks for 100 years. That doesn't make any sense. No wonder we're such a war nation. But he was a good friend, and we were in the theater. We ended up in the same rehearsal hall in 1977, Graham and I. And we were really close. In fact, we lived together for a number of years with our partners at the time. And we had a wonderful theatrical life in Toronto for many years, playing the local theater scene, both as actors and as actors in plays. And so we really had a career together. And then once we got nominated, we had this hit play written by a Cree. First time a Native American had written a play that was, we played at the Theater Passe Muraille, which means theater without walls in French. And we had a small, it's only about 180-seat house, and we sold it out, and we got nominated for every award there was in the whole country. The play won the Governor General's Award for playwriting that year. And it was really funny playing the first act, and Graham played this old bootlegger. And the second act really punished the audience because they realized what they were laughing at in the first act. It was a really powerful play. Still is. It's still published and available for young Native people to produce,
What's the name of it?
Dry Lips Ought to Move to Kapuskasing. That's Kapuskasi, Kapuskasing. You just spell it out. But it's a town in central northern Ontario. But it's really just a metaphor. But it's a great play. And anyway, we both got nominated for Best Actor, and Graham was nominated for the Academy Award that year. And then the play had success, and we went to the largest theater in Toronto, about almost 2,000 seats.
Wow.
And we played that for almost 6 weeks there. So it was an amazing transition for us as actors to go from a small house to a large theater. And first time, all Native cast, all, brilliantly directed by the late Larry Lewis. And that was really the last. I mean, we both had spent 12 years in the theater prior to that. And Graham actually went down to Central and South America doing theater in that period. We both worked with this really interesting man who they credit as the grandfather of theater in Canada, because live theater really didn't come to full force in Canada till the 70s. It kind of made a comeback, and now Toronto's the third largest theater producing community in the world. Outside of London and New York.
You were telling us how when you guys were young,
Yeah, we got into that community.
Graham was you were telling how you used to put them cowboy boots on.
Oh yeah. So the story is the album's called Under the Water Tower, and Graham and I used to do all these local shows because we were both performers. And so my sister teaches dance on the res, like tap dancing and jazz and ballet. And
Did you
stuff.
take lessons?
No, but I'm a natural
I
dancer.
took ballet
I'm a
lessons for
natural dancer.
14 years. Don't pick on ballerinas.
And we used to I used to produce the show for her, the lights, the staging, the whole thing. And then Graham would do the sound, and he was always he was a roadie for bands in the day. He used to do like the top acts in Canada and go on the road with them as a sound man and roadie. And he was very talented in a lot of things. And so we used to do some comedy too. So Graham used to put his arms out straight like this from his body, and we'd put cowboy boots on, and we'd put a blanket around it, and then I would wrap around that. So it looks like I'm holding this little crazy cowboy character, and then we just carry on like, you know, those two comedians. You know, I was the straight man, and Graham was cracking all the jokes. So we had a lot of fun as young people. And anyway, he used to say to me, he used to call me Haas from the Bonanza. He'd say, Haas, one day you're going to end up under the water tower with that harmonica. You know? And lo and behold. So our relationship is kind of splintered by, you know, whatever, but people go separate ways. And but I always think fondly of Graham. We had an amazing creative relationship for so many years, and for both of us to kind of be successful doing what we do, and in different ways too. And I just really wanted to dedicate it to that, in a way, to that relationship, because, you know, it's those relationships you look for as a creative person. You know, you're always looking for a partner to do these crazy things, you know, and it's hard to find sometimes, you know.
Well, we had one of our listeners, actually one of the professors here, asked a question. He asked you, this is Dr. DeSanti.
Wow, as a doctor.
I just say that just
Medical
to humor
doctor?
him. Nah,
Just
he's
a-
one of my former students.
Oh,
So
you taught doctors?
oh yeah, he owes everything to me.
Of course.
Anyway, he asked you if that movie California Indian has been released yet. If you know anything
No, we
about
just
that.
did a screening of it. Yeah, it's out there in DVD. You can look up Timothy Ramos, Ramos, on Facebook, and he sells it off there. It's called California. It didn't get in fact, I think they did sell it. It might get distributed. I just seen it.
Were you in that?
Yeah. It's a super low budget film, ultra low budget film. In fact, I made more money showing up for the screening at the casino than I ever made on the film. Just a few weeks ago while we were on tour. And the director, the problem was young Tim decided he was going to write it, direct it, produce it, and be the star in it as well, you know. Pretty ambitious for your first film, and I don't advise anyone to do that. But, you know, we got through it. I was at the Dennis Banks roast just the other night.
Were you? I think I saw that on
I
Facebook.
did too.
I was making, that was one of my roasting jokes to Dennis, was that, you know, we were in that community. Chris Eyre came up. He's the one that got me into that project, California Indian. And he said, come on up here. We're going to help this young guy make his first film. I said, okay. So I showed up there, and basically Tim was so busy doing his love scenes with this beautiful actress who, Julia
That
Jones.
was the real
She's a
reason
very
why I did
beautiful
that.
girl. He was really busy, yeah. And his wife was just livid following him around, you know. And so they were really busy. So Chris,
I got to do this for my career, dear. Come on.
So Chris and I and this wonderful actor that I got him to hire play the bad guy, you know, like the bad white guy. He's on that series, that biker series. What's it called on cable? I can't think of it, but you know, Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people.
That's superpower popular.
He's on that show. His name's Mark Boone Jr. He's a long-time New York theater actor too, and so we're good buddies. And I said, come on up, and we're doing this crazy movie. So he came up, and so Chris, me, and him had all these scenes we had to execute. And so we just did our own thing, you know, and it's kind of intercut into the movie. It's really quite entertaining. I think we're the best part of the movie in some ways. But anyway, one day we needed to help him understand sovereignty, you know, the whole concept of sovereignty, you know, and because this casino guy just wants to build a casino anywhere, And we say, well, this is kind of traditional land here. It's not the place where we're going to build it. And he couldn't get that concept of sovereignty. So that night, after we finished shooting, I go into the local casino where we're making this film about the building of this casino. And I go in there in this small northern California res or rancheria, and there's sitting Dennis Banks and the push buttons, you know, the casino machines. And I go, Dennis, man, you're just the guy we need. Hey, you want to be in a movie? You go, oh, yeah, well, okay, which room you in? 206, okay, because it's just a little weenie hotel, you know. So I go running over to Chris, man, Dennis Banks is in room 206. Let's get over there, and he'll help us understand sovereignty, you know. And so Chris went to the room and asked him. Next day, Dennis was in the movie with us, you know. So it was that kind of movie, whatever we could come up with. And
What kind of role did you give him?
He was just sitting there in the field with the other tribal chairman, you know, and just sitting there, sitting by the lake, and we just kind of walk upon him, you know.
So Dennis Banks
it was
is
totally
tribal
improvised,
chairman, huh?
totally improvised.
Dennis was the star on Rosebud and Pine Ridge because he was the best looking out of all the angels.
He was the funniest at the
Was he?
roast. Dennis was, and Russell. The fact that they were even both there was amazing. You know, Russell was. He told the story about how he joined AIM, and he was like this accountant. I didn't know he was like an accountant, and he was all fancy dressed, and he was all like Maude. He said, "I used to dress Maude, you know,
Yep.
with the bell bottoms, and he looked good, you know." But I didn't know he had come from that. So that was a lot of new information. That was a good feeling. Charlie was crazy as ever, you know. Keith Secola was there. Max Gale from Barney Miller was there.
Yeah, I remember
He's
that.
Indian?
No, but
No,
he's
he was
always
just
been
a
very
friend.
supportive of Native causes, and he's an environmentalist to the ultimate degree. A very caring man. He's going to be in the new baseball movie. They're making a movie about Jackie Robinson. He's going to play one of the lead roles, which is great.
You know who the first person of color that played in Major League Baseball?
Jackie Robinson.
No,
No.
Indian dude,
Oh, for the Cleveland Indians.
Sock Alexis.
That guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's my documentary film was going to be about that guy because he's the only one. Well, the Cleveland Indians is the first one I think we should. The mascot issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the first.
I'm still
one.
ready
I
to
think
take
we
that
could
on, man.
embarrass them into changing, right? But we
No,
have
you
to-
can't do that. You can't.
No, I mean we just redesign it for them.
I agree with you that they should, but
No, but we'll do it publicly like Michael Moore does. We'll stage things. You know, and
I
shoot
agree.
it
I
and
agree
stuff.
with you, but some of
We'll
those people, they don't have any shame.
And we'll
here
get
either.
the most wealthiest, famous white guy we know to wear the outfit once we design
See,
it.
therein lies the problem. We don't know any wealthy white guys.
Well, that guy's got cancer now.
We'll
He'll
get,
do
we'll
it.
get Kenny to do it. Kenny will do it. Or
The fellow that has
pretty
pancreatic
close.
cancer, he's got
Buffett.
all Buffett.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from Omaha. You know that.
That's exactly my point. Warren Buffett. We'll put him in that new.
He's too busy hanging out with Schwarzenegger.
So last time you were here, we get rained out. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for the show and we got rained out, we took you to some sound stage, some big fancy place here in town.
Yeah.
Big
You-
fancy.
no, he did. He got a call from his agent, and he says,
Oh, I thought you meant Louis.
"No, he said he got a gig for you." You remember that? When
Yeah,
we
of
took you out.
course.
We took you out.
Levi's commercial.
Levi's.
Yeah.
You got an international Levi's commercial.
Yeah.
So me and my son Ruben, we run him out to the sound stage, and my son, you
or
know,
in Omaha.
yeah, you know, my son Ruben, he's kind of likes doing film stuff and all the other. So he was sitting in there. He thought it was really cool to, to watch an actual commercial
Being produced.
and the voiceover.
Well, just the voiceover.
yeah, but they showed the commercial on the TV screen while you were in there.
And I wrote the agent and said, "Hey, it's not supposed to, because it's not supposed to be on TV. They didn't buy the rights for television, American television."
And I put on Facebook. I was watching Monday Night Football,
Yeah.
and
I got the agent to follow up that, and they said they never aired it.
I'm here to witness to you, man.
Well, there we go.
Monday Night
The
Football.
corruption.
and
that
it was
the actors
because I
suffers.
saw the commercial.
Where's the Screen Actors Guild when you need
when
them?
you need it? But remember, I saw the commercial while you were in the room, the sound room, doing all the voiceovers, and they had the commercial playing in front of us, and so I knew what it looked like.
Right.
And it came on, and then obviously I recognized your voice. I'm like, oh, that's that commercial Gary was in that we filmed on here in Omaha. And then so I put on your Facebook page, hey, I was watching Monday Night Football, and
We should go
saw
to
your
court.
saw your commercial.
I'll need you, Ed. Maybe
Thank
you should
God
be
he's
my
a lawyer.
representative.
Sign them up.
Let's go get them. Let's go get the
It was-
Levi's.
I
They
can't-
owe us.
I can't remember what if we look back on your Facebook page
Yeah.
to find out what date that was, because it was I put that up there the night of or the day after, because it was on
wasn't
there.
a Super Bowl. It was like an all.
It was just a Monday night
Yeah,
football game.
Yeah.
So my son thought that was really cool that he did a Levi's commercial. But you say they didn't
They didn't buy the U.S. television market, but
That'll-
they aired it that
Ooh,
way.
and wait until you
Must
see
be a
Ed when,
mistake.
Ed when he
Got a
gets his lawyer
lawsuit.
face on.
Yeah,
It's a
let's
it's
go
an
get
entire
it, Ed. Let's go
personality
get 'em.
change.
We're gonna have to sign him up before he leaves.
They probably make Levi's in Thailand or something by children anyway.
Yeah, that's probably how they do it. They
I'm a
probably
Levi lover.
produce a pair of Levi's for like $1.25.
Yeah.
Sell 'em for like
$50,
50, 60
$75.
bucks, yeah.
I paid $65 for these, but for Indian girls that don't have much bottom, Levi's are the best thing in the world because they're not over ample in the hind quarters.
Well, you know I ain't got much butt either.
You know,
because
Gary, we didn't
my
need to
butt's
know
been
that,
on
did we?
TV. My
I
butt's
saw you on TV.
no
I
different
was
than your
flipping
butt.
channels on a Saturday, and Ed's dead mother
That's a
was
funny
on.
movie.
I laughed at that movie. I don't know why I never knew it when it first came out. It was funny.
You remember
was
that girl
odd.
in the movie? Do you remember
Yeah.
the girl? She had size 15 feet. I could not take my eyes
Ooh.
off of them.
Size 15
And she was so-
feet.
She was tall too, but she
Yeah.
had big. I miss her.
We'll end the conversation
Size
right there,
15
won't we?
feet. Wow.
But you know what was best about that? Ned Beatty was in that film. And when you get
He was
those-
the guy on Deliverance that
Yeah.
Yeah.
had the famous
Squeal
scene.
But when
like
you
a
get like
pig.
really old time actors like him, it's wonderful because they have so many wonderful stories, and you just sit there all day waiting for your shot to do your thing and listen to Ned's stories. It's wonderful.
I bet.
God bless Ned Beatty. Thank you for all the great stories, Ned.
Yeah. He was a great actor. Is he alive?
Oh yeah, he lives in Hollywood. I think he's still alive. He's not healthy, very healthy, but I think he's not passed yet. They
So-
would have had him on the Academy Awards.
Yeah, probably.
He
would
was
have.
in all those those real straight in your face comedy movies.
So you got any more voiceovers lined up?
Not a
Any
thing.
big
It's
plans?
been
Didn't-
quiet. I'm going to the theater. I'm doing Of Mice and Men.
You know, and after we sue
The
Levi,
Steinbeck
Love
classic.
and after we
play.
sue Levi's, man, they're gonna say, "Oh no, we
No,
can't."
we don't have to work anymore. At
Yeah.
least for the year, anyway.
That's a great play.
So you're gonna do Mice and Men?
Yes.
Where's that gonna be at?
At the Blue Bridge Theater Company in Victoria, British Columbia. Beautiful place to be in June and July.
Okay, yeah, we'll get a road trip.
As long as there's no big wave comes.
The last time when you were here in town, we did the film stream show, and you were working on the Winter in the Blood movie. How'd that go?
Yes. Not good for me personally, but I think they
Not
got
good for you?
Well, I didn't have a great time on the film shoot itself. I often don't. It's very hard for me. I don't know. Creative, I just.
Did you like your role?
Oh, I love the role, but it's just that I don't know. It was so low budget. It just gets hard,
Trust
They
us, we know
overwork
about
you,
hard
and
with low budget.
it's just not the way to do it. I
Don't
wish
even
they
bring
would make
donuts
films.
to the set, huh?
Yeah, hardly, but I just wish they would look at the European methods of making film. You don't have to work 20 hours a day. It doesn't help your cause, Not if you're using the same actor, that's for sure, But anyway,
Were you satisfied with the end result?
I have never seen the end
You've never seen
results,
the end result?
and we won't know. But it was unfortunately a very low budget effort. So if they, I think they got a film, but I have no idea. I mean,
Wasn't
I'm only in a little part of the. I mean, I'm only like I'm not the main character, obviously, so I don't have a lot of scenes. And I only did 4 days work on it, so, but we did a lot of work in 4 days. So I hope that the film, I felt like it had something going on for itself, but
So wasn't one of those Twilight young dudes in there?
yeah, he actually, I think he put money to help make it. He got credited as a producer
As a
on
producer.
the film, yeah.
So he probably got one of the big roles, huh?
Chasky Spencer, yeah. Well, actually, in the book, my character is the lead, but in the execution of the film, he became the
That's
lead.
usually how it works, huh? They kind of change the book up a little
Well, if he did put some money in, because he's making money from Twilight, so that was a wonderful investment on his part. It just shows you that, I think Native Americans, given the power, can be more responsible. I think that's a great investment for a young actor to
bit. Did
do.
you enjoy working with him?
Oh yeah, he's a brilliant
Good
young
guy?
man. He's a perfect guy.
Didn't let that Twilight fame go to his head, huh?
No, well, I don't live with him every day, but he's a very sensitive young man.
Because it would if it were me.
Yeah, I'm sure. It would be
The radio
terrible.
show has gone to your head.
If I was in some big cheese movie like Twilight, and it's like, I don't know you.
Don't talk
Yeah.
to me.
I
Yeah.
don't know who you are.
You try and do that now. We just don't let you.
Ooh, fry bread? I don't eat fry bread.
Sushi only.
I don't know about sushi. My fish has to be cooked.
Mine too.
No.
I got into sushi.
So you got any other film projects?
We
in
had
the-
this really hit series in Canada called Blackstone. It's called. We did 9 episodes this year. It's the Girls On won the acting awards in Canada for it. You can't see it in the States, but that's a really sad thing because that television network, one flip of the switch goes down to Ecuador with native content.
It won't come down here.
Well, it could, but it's a math problem, and I don't know why people just can't figure that out. Because in Canada, we buy the rights for 25 million, 30 million people, because that's all there is there. But we need to buy the rights for another 200, 300 million people here in the States, and if we wanted to go to Ecuador, just buy the rights for that, too.
Yeah,
But
a
then we
couple
can
million.
truly have a North American native television system. I don't understand, what's the problem, people? Why can't we do that?
Talk to Shirley Sneeve about that.
Shirley? Shirley?
All right, we got another question here. This is from one of our alums, Mary
Oh, good.
Madura. She'll be tonight dancing.
Mature students.
Yeah, she'll be out there dancing tonight, won't you, Mary? Let's see. She said, "My question is, if it hasn't been asked, Gary." She's asking it what it feel like playing Depp with Johnny Depp.
How does he feel about Depp playing Tonto?
Oh, Depp and Tonto. That's been
Oh, I
a
think it's a great idea, you know.
big controversy.
Johnny's responsible. He's very literate. I think he reads a lot. He's really trying to reinvent children's literature. Isn't
Did
he,
you
in
see the
last
picture of him?
years?
We had that bird on his head.
Yeah,
You didn't
that
see
was
that
pretty
one?
bad, Gary.
That is character with him, and he's got his face painted. He's got a bird on his head.
Yeah. You know, he looks like you in the movie Dead. I can't think of the name of it.
Dead
I'm having
Man.
Dead
yeah,
Man.
he looks like you
I
kind
think
of
he
in
was
that
channeling
movie.
you.
Yeah.
I think that's
With the
probably
white
who
painted
he's
face
trying
in
to-
which
He's
it was
right in
all
Albuquerque.
okay except for the
I was
dead
trying to
bird.
get him to come to our show.
tell
March
him.
6th.
Tell him you want some royalties for that, Gary.
No.
Because
I just want to go to his island for a month.
No kidding.
if we're gonna be suing people, let's go for some deep pockets here, Gary.
Yeah, well.
NBC, Levi's.
I did ask Johnny to support the radio network when I was trying to raise money for it. Neil Young did a concert for us and gave us $35,000 in 4 days.
I
Think we
love
can hit
Neil
him up
Young.
for our radio show?
I
Well,
love
Heck, we're
Neil
just
Young.
trying to make
I mean,
a
I
couple
think
$100 for
Neil
powwow,
stands
Gary.
up and does things like that, but a lot of them people don't, and I think
You know,
they
and
should.
he always
you know.
has, though. He always has stood up.
Neil does.
Especially for his children have what is that?
Yeah, Mass.
He raises so much money for them. Crosby, Stills, and Nash are coming in August, but no Young.
No,
No.
Young.
No Young.
He plays with them on occasion, but he's doing his own thing probably.
One of my favorite CDs
Wow.
of his was Harvest Moon.
Gary just looked at Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I
That
was
was-
wondering about the bird.
That's interesting. It's certainly not the Tonto I imagine.
I
but
know, ditto.
Good for. I
You
mean,
know what?
let him
I
do
bet
what
it's
he's
gonna be
saying. You
dark.
know, I mean, he apparently has Cherokee blood, so he's a Native American, and he's got some responsibility too. You know, so he'll do the best. I think. Let's wait and see.
Well,
I
we'll
can't
see
wait
what
to see
happens.
him as Barnabas Collins in Dark Shadows. Oh, I used to watch that when I was young. I can't wait to see, and it's Tim Burton,
Yeah.
so you know it's going to be great. Did you ever watch Dark Shadows when you
course
were
I
young?
did.
That was the best show.
So Gary, if you had a chance to remake one of them movies, you know, like Tonto or Dark Shadows, what role would you like to play?
I don't know about that, but I was saying earlier that the one thing I would love to have done was do a movie with Graham, like a remake of Grumpy Old Men Indians.
Oh, that would be
Oh,
cool.
That
Here's
was
the
one of my
setup.
favorite
Okay,
movies.
One
wait,
guy, they're both Vietnam veterans, but one guy's got no legs and the other guy can't see. And they get invited to one guy gets invited to a ceremonial and they want to go. But the guy got no legs can't hit the gas pedal, but so the guy who's blind drives and the guy with no legs tells them where to go, you know. So
I would buy a ticket for that movie.
I just think we should make that film. But as far as, I don't really know Dark Shadows, and you know, Johnny's doing The Lone Ranger. I don't want to do that.
I mean, but there's any other old time shows that you think of that could be redone where you'd?
I'd like to be a master detective, like a Sherlock Holmes kind of character one time, like the bumbling
you want to be the
version of that.
Or
Sherlock
what's that?
Holmes'
The
other
pink.
brother.
How about instead of the Pink Panther, like the Res Panther?
Yeah, like the Red
Peter,
Panther.
you couldn't follow Peter Sellers though. I mean, there
And
are
lots
just
of
some
beautiful
actors you
Indian
couldn't
women,
you couldn't follow.
that I have to investigate.
Yeah,
and
that you have to
I
sacrifice.
have to
and-
sacrifice
and,
my
for
time
your,
Kind
to
of
your
Austin
artistic
Powers.
integrity, huh?
uncover the truth.
A little Austin Powers-ish.
Well, no, I don't want to go there, but
Yeah, you do. Look at him. He said, "Yeah, I do."
it's funny as men get older, they just get worse.
And we get better. That's the dichotomy of the whole situation.
Well,
We
that's
get
why
better
it's
and you
called
get
Mother
worse.
Earth. You know?
All right, so you're almost done with your tour.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
We're in the tail end of it, huh?
No, you're in the best part, I think.
Best
I wish
part?
Brock could be here. Though. I miss that guy so much.
Yeah.
You want
That
to tell
was
us what
sad.
happened there, or you get sick, or?
Well, you know, if you're diabetic and you're 28 years old, you got to take care of
I
yourself.
thought it was like, I'm not going to Omaha.
And you know, you didn't get to hear him play. I got to hear him play. He was amazing. There
He's
was
an
a girl
amazing
with
singer.
you too then, huh?
Yeah, Shakti Hayes. She's a
Yeah,
great girl.
she was
from-
pretty good too.
She's
She sounded
a-
a little Bonnie Raidish.
Yeah, she's got a great voice too. We miss
What happened to
too.
her? You didn't bring her with
No,
you.
she's a heavy equipment woman. Like what do you call
Really?
it? Pipe fitter.
Wow.
So she's working pipe fitting right now, making tons of money. So we couldn't. Her services weren't available.
Yeah, Brock, he was the friendliest kid. Said, "Come out and say goodbye. What are you doing? How come you're not talking?" Of course, I was sitting with my daughter, who's not a bad-looking girl, which may have made a little bit of difference. But he was very friendly that night.
So where are you going after tonight?
We're going to Pawnee, Oklahoma, right tonight to do a show tomorrow night.
What kind of a drive is that?
7 hours apparently.
Who drives?
Well, on that middle of the night, we all drive except
Yeah.
for. Yeah, we got 4 drivers right now,
That's nice.
so we all take
So
turns.
do you have a name for your van?
Well, just Protector, the War Pony. It's replaced the other
So it's
Protector
not,
from the
it's
movie.
not like the War Pony. It's the
It's Protector, the War
Protector. Okay.
It has been
Because
driven.
if you haven't seen Gary's van, it's what has it got, like 500,000 miles on it?
Yeah,
It's a brown beige Ford van that
with an old beater weight trailer.
yeah, and he said he paid more for your trailer than you did for your van.
Yeah,
So
At least it still makes it around.
it's amazing. And you know, people give us special things all the time, like little tokens or eagle feathers sometimes, and it really protects us. It's amazing, all the little things. I got them all in the front window, so we got the force. And we can go anywhere, it seems, and the truck is just like ever-ready battery. You know, it just goes and goes and goes. I mean, we pay a fortune in gas. But we stocked on Dr. Arnie Vanyo. You ever hear of Dr. Arnie Vanyo?
no,
He's from, I think they call it Mille Lacs.
Mille Lacs.
Mille Lacs. Originally, but he's a medical doctor, lives in Duluth, Minnesota. And his wife helped sponsor a show at the University of Wisconsin Superior for us. But we went to his house to help Brock in a last-ditch effort to save him from having to leave the tour. And he takes all around Duluth. He goes driving around and picks up all the French fry oil and turns it into fuel in his
Wow.
garage.
Wow.
Like he has a whole big system. And he has tons of stuff. I mean, he gets 1,200 miles to truck fuel.
imagine if you went to all the reservations
Off
and
the
got
tank full. He
all
gets
that fry
1,200
bread
miles.
grease.
Yeah. Fry
Yeah.
bread grease. And that's what he's making fuel from.
3 times the
It's just
Yeah.
amazing what he's doing and then he gives, if you donate his oil to him to do it, to run his cars, he gives you a little plaque and a picture of the vehicle that he's running on, the fry bread oil, or the French fry oil. So he's really
Wow.
quite a great guest. I hope you can line him up. And plus he does public health and works at the Fond du Lac
You
Health
know,
Center.
no one really wants to come on our show, Gary.
No, Arnie would.
Would he?
Arnie, yeah, he's not like that.
Because
I
of
don't
Cindy.
even want to come
Well, you can get him in by phone, though. You
Okay,
couldn't
well,
be.
because of
We can do that.
Cindy.
Dr. Arnie Manuel. I'll give you a connect
Okay.
for him. Yeah, I think he's a
You
great
can
guy.
talk about his fry bread. How many miles per fry bread does he
Per
get?
fry bread, does he?
Get 32 miles per fry bread. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day if I'd heard of a recipe for healthy fried bread. I just kind of laughed.
That's an
Said really
oxymoron.
We're playing the healthy fried bread place.
Are you?
Takabi. It's a restaurant in Denver that two young Native American men started a restaurant, and we play there every time we go to Denver. And they have like fried bread, like they have like bumblebee juice and all kinds of special things they put on it. Like they go get like caribou and you have the best fried breads you can imagine. They're like
And it's healthy?
it's healthy and it's really
Yeah,
artistic.
How
didn't
can
think
you
that
make
could
it healthy
happen.
if it's fried?
Well, I mean, you don't. I think you can get other things besides
Maybe they
fry
bake it.
bread, but that's their primary thing. Is like tacos, right? Like Indian tacos
Mm-hmm.
specialties, but they're really delicious.
So what do you have coming up in the future? Movies, more touring?
No movies. Nobody's inviting me to be in the movie. Everyone does their own movies now. I think it's great. We decentralized. Everyone do their own thing and hire your brother. You know,
so
they
when
don't
we-
need me.
so
I'm
when are we gonna do our
expensive and
movie
I'm
on
not that
mascots?
friendly on set. You know.
So when are we going to do our movie on mascots then?
Oh well, I'm ready.
Let's
I'm
hit
ready.
Shirley up for some money then, huh?
Yeah, Shirley Schneeve at the NAPT.
Shirley, if you're listening,
Or the Woody Collins would probably fund that, National Geographic.
would they? I'm thinking.
Somebody
I'm
needs to
thinking.
write a
I'm
grant.
thinking TV series for you and I, Gary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
We call it
Oh,
Native
dear God.
America.
Every time he
And
starts
we go
thinking, I get
we go
nervous.
around and visit all these reses. And
My
other,
friend
other
is
Indian
going to launch a
places.
system in Santa Fe, and he wants me to do exactly that.
See, we go and check out other places. Tell him you got.
Suddenly, you and me are replaced.
Tell him
In
you
the
got a-
earlier
you got a-
version of the
you got a
show, Ed was
sidekick.
going to take me and Monica, and we were
Yeah.
going to go. We've just been.
You guys
ditched
do
in
the
Fate of
pre-production.
Farmer.
Yeah, you go scout out all the places.
I have to
Location.
tell you, if you take him anywhere, you got to take her because he can't do anything for
I'm
himself.
helpless.
He really is. Truly.
I can't do squat. For
He
myself.
can't.
He's got to show up, yeah.
No, he called me the other day and said, I can't send from my email. What's wrong? I said, first of all, I'm 3 buildings away. I don't know. I went over. He didn't put his name in right. He's got to put ezendejas at unomaha.edu, and that's
Come
the
on,
only
Gary,
way
you
to
wouldn't
get
have got
it
that
in.
right either, would you?
That's a lot of words.
See? See? It's not just me.
It's that new 365. He's got to put in his whole email address, which
So tell him
Yeah.
you got a sidekick all lined up. He's out of Nebraska. Tell him he's really smart
Yeah.
and
you'll
Educated.
send him home after
educated,
2 weeks.
University educated.
and he's
Me and
witty
Monica will be getting a
Educated
call.
Indian.
Come get
and
him.
he's smart and
We left him by the side of the road. He's at mile marker number 420.
doesn't
Yeah.
know squat about cars though.
We should. Somebody wanted me to do a series like that in South America. They're going to take me all over South America at one point.
Like
Go visit indigenous communities. Man, I
I'll be
wanted-
your partner on that one.
Yeah, I wanted to do that one. That'd be pretty exotic. But going down here would be exotic too, you know. I mean, we have a beautiful territory. We were at Pyramid Lake this tour. I never been to Pyramid Lake. You know, that's where they do that Burning Man. They have to cross their territory. So that big. Do you ever hear Burning Man?
No.
It's a big hippie festival that happens during.
Cindy
Labor
would know
Day.
all about hippie festivals.
I was sad I wasn't at Coachella. I am kind of an old hippie. It's
All
true.
things hippie, Cindy knows about it.
But they have this really beautiful lake down there, Pyramid Lake, in the middle of Nevada. You know, it's pretty special. Different. It looks like a top of the moon, you know, up there. But I liked it up there. And then we saw the big redwood trees in Northern California.
Ed can't read and
I
talk
can't
at
read
the
and
same
talk
time.
at the same. I'm not that
No,
good.
that's usually when I start talking.
You know, Mary's sitting there asking all these questions.
Oh, what's she want?
What about touring? Does he have any family with you? You got your nephew?
I have my cousin. Well,
Cousin?
Brock's a relative through marriage, but he's left. So he's my father's relative. And then on my mother's side, I have my cousin from my mother's side. He plays the drums, named. He has a pseudonym called Richard Noggins, but his name is Bruce Fraser.
We won't go there either, will we?
I don't know if some people get that. I don't get it myself, but we call him Noggins now.
All right.
But his name's Bruce Fraser, yeah.
Okay.
we
He'll
just-
sell you anything. He's a salesman.
Is he?
He's funny. He knows all about planes. He went to flight school, so any plane we pass.
I didn't know Indians could fly.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that can.
Wow. I'd never met an Indian that could fly.
He can fly.
I mean,
I
a
wouldn't
plane.
want to go out with him,
A
but
plane.
he can fly.
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun. He's a joke a minute
Oh.
kind of guy.
Yeah. Well, we really do need to get this TV show going. After we sue Levi's,
Yeah, we got to sue Levi's first.
and we got
We need a budget.
and we got to
And
sue.
just so you
know
know,
what?
when
If we
he's
sue,
playing lawyer,
And
he's
we use
serious.
your fees.
if we sue Levi's and Johnny Depp, I'm thinking we'd have enough to do
What
our
are
own
you
movie.
suing poor
We
Johnny
better
for?
ask the Johnny than sue him. I
Yeah.
suspect.
Oh, my granddaughters want to say hi.
Oh, hi, granddaughter.
My just wave up there and say.
There she is.
It is break time. Gotta plug the meters.
Oh, we got to plug meters. You can stick around, Gary. Or you can go back to the house.
I don't know. I should go rest up, I guess. We got to load in and get the show ready. I got to get into show form.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you.
You can make fun of me while I'm gone.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about you to no end, man.
Hey, let's play a song.
Yeah, well, yeah, we do. That's what we do in the break. We
Okay.
got your. Actually, you got this queued up, don't you, Kenny?
One of them. I got both CDs and I mixed
Oh, yeah, we get you. We take care of you, Gary.
Okay.
During our break, we always we got Gary. It's either you or Earth, Wind and Fire, or
Ah.
Redbone.
Redbone's cool. Earth,
We
Wind, and
opened
Fire's
the
cool.
show with
Yeah.
Redbone.
Nice. Got to get your love.
Yeah, come. Hey, can you redo that?
We
can
could,
you make
but
that?
I should.
You should. You need
Do
to
you remember why? Because it was the first time on TV we ever saw Indians. They opened it. It was
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Is
No,
the midnight special on Friday
Yeah,
night.
Wolfman
yeah.
Jack.
That's true.
You
That
remember
was
that? I was
influential.
a young kid, probably
Yeah.
about what, 5 or 6.
Yeah, my
I was
mom
around
was
that.
so excited.
But I
It
was on
the
the other
first
side
time
of the
there was an
continent. I
Indian
didn't know
on
they were
TV.
Indian then, you know.
No,
I just
no,
thought
we
they were
didn't-
dressed like
we didn't know
Indians.
that they're Indians too until we saw them on Midnight Special.
Right.
They came up there, guys up there got his bustle on doing his
Come and
fancy-
get your love. I forget
Yeah.
how to do it. How's it go,
It's a
Ed?
good one. Yeah. Oh, please don't let me or Ed sing. We've tried it before. It never comes out well.
Maybe Gary
You
and
got
I.
the opening, you got the bass
let's
line.
sing
That's
that.
right. Yeah.
He's got the head bop. He's a head bopper.
Hey,
What's the matter with you?
You just made my ear
Come
happy.
and get your love.
Did he sing that one to you, Monica? Is that how he got you? Singing a little "Come and Get Your Love" to Monica? Or did you sing to
I've
the
played with those guys, though.
Commodores?
I've jammed with them and all.
Did you? I'm gonna have to sing with you tonight, man.
That's really
Oh
fun.
my
huh?
God, we would pay money. I would get a
What
collection
song? What song
going.
I can sing with you tonight, Gary?
Yeah, you guys can sing a song. What do you know?
I don't know anything on the spot.
Yeah, no, look at him. He got scared there. It was good till you really.
I
thought
just
about it.
want to
It's like,
sing.
no,
That's
no.
all.
Yeah, you can come up and sing.
He'll
We'll
sit
do
in the front
Tulsa
row
Time.
and bump his head.
You know, there's a nice chorus on Tulsa Time. You can sing with me, so
All right.
I'll invite you up, and then you
Okay.
come and do Tulsa Time, and we'll just do. I think it's just Tulsa Time.
You know what? I'm feeling all brave right now.
I know.
Tonight comes around, I'll be like,
on
no,
Monica.
Gary, I'm not coming up there. I'm not gonna do anything.
And you know I'm gonna film it on my
Put your
cell
skirt
phone
on.
and
Come
share
on with
it
a
on
dress on.
Facebook.
Maybe. Give a little show.
Well, it was fun having you here,
Thank
and
you so much.
for all of our 2 listeners,
Oh, 2 listeners. For all 2 listeners.
come on out
Free
to the show.
CDs.
Free powwow. Gary's gonna. Yeah, Gary's gonna. What are
9
you gonna do
viewers on
tonight?
the web, yeah.
Well, I mean,
We can only tell if
podcast
they
and-
friend Native Honor Hours, and we can see them. The other people that listen, we can't see.
Well, it goes right through the whole city of
It goes out
Omaha.
on the internet, man. We're
We're
out
just not on
worldwide.
the actual radio.
We're on the World Wide Web.
Nice.
Oh,
who
we're on
knows?
HD radio? We don't know anybody who has HD radio.
But we thank
Any
Gary for.
HD radio people out there, please let us know you're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
Please
know.
share your HD with us.
Then we can sell commercials.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to let us know when you're gonna come back in town.
Oh, for sure. You're the main man, Ed. You
I-
let me know when I
Hey.
come back. You know.
You know, I was
Winter in the Blood, I think, will be around to show the movie for y'all.
okay. Well, we'll
Good.
do that. You know, so when you go out traveling to these other universities, you ask, "Hey, do you know Ed's and Dejas?"
Oh, all the time.
And they're
They
like,
all say no.
"No." Who's he?
They
Oh,
even
he's
say
a
that
student.
here on this campus.
Yeah, I know. My students say that to me. I don't know him. My own kids say that to me.
Yeah.
I don't
There's
know
a
him.
reason.
I don't know.
There's
him.
a reason we deny him.
Well, Gary, thanks for coming in. We're gonna have to do that show.
Yeah,
Take it on the
we'll
road.
go do the investigative, res-ified show.
Resified.
It'll last
Exposing
a week and a half,
the
and then
res
they're
to
gonna be
the
calling for
world.
Monica.
Yeah.
Send Monica down with sandwiches in the car. Ed's worn the same outfit
Let's
for
do the
3 weeks
Cleveland
now.
Indians
We'll do
story
the Cleveland
first.
Indians story. I got that all worked out anyway.
Yeah,
I got it figured out
yeah.
because I'm all over this mascot stuff.
I know, exactly. So I want to be like, I'll be the Michael Moore type
We just
character.
need to get Shirley to give us some money to do it.
We don't need money.
Oh yeah, we do.
Ed can't rough it.
I can't.
Me
You know,
either.
I love your van, Gary, but I can't ride it across
And
the
if he
country.
took off his shoes, you'd ask him to get out.
I need something that's got some reclining seats in it, air
Yeah.
conditioning.
Well, you get a whole seat.
Okay, all right, man.
stretch
we'll
out.
see. Well, thanks for coming in. We'll take a break, and Kenny, put on some Under the Water Tower. All right. Well, we're gonna take a short break.
Hey, baby, my baby, where are you tonight? Hey, baby, my baby, the moon is shining bright. I miss you. It's so dark out here, though the stars are full and bright. Hey, baby, my baby, I miss you tonight. Hey, baby, my baby, been away so long. Hey, baby, my baby, everything's alright. I love you. It's gonna be light. Fight my way through the night. Hey, baby, my baby, I miss you tonight. Hey, baby, my baby, where are you tonight? Clipsonians were all gathered together, singing such a mournful tune. I don't know if it was in the summertime, could be the month of May or June. Believe me, baby, now I love you the best. When I'm by myself, I poke out my chest. Over loving, 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 can't stop loving you. I do believe, down to my soul, I'm gonna take a trip across the deep blue sea with my friend Carlos on the ukulele down to old Fiji. Believe me, baby, now I love you the best. When I'm by myself, I poke out my chest. Over loving, 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 can't stop loving you. Love me, baby, baby, love me. Love me, baby, through and through. Love me in the daytime, darling, from moon to moon. Believe me, baby, now I love you the best. When I'm by myself, I poke out my chest. Over loving, 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 can't stop loving you. If you love me like you say you love me like you say you do. Love me in the nighttime, darling, from moon to moon. Believe me, baby, now I love you the best. When I'm by myself, I poke out my chest. Over loving, 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 can't stop loving you. Chased of the rabbit ran a quarter mile. That poor little furry bunny, scared like a baby child. Believe me, baby, now I love you the best. When I'm by myself, I poke out my chest. Over loving, 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 can't stop loving you. We're all gathered together, singing such a mournful tune. I don't know if it was in the summertime, could be the month of May or June. Believe me, baby, now I love you the best. When I'm by myself, I poke out my chest. Over loving, loving, loving,
KVNO HD2 Omaha.
Woohoo, my princess, waltzing round in the day, spending my time walking away, wasting my time away. Look out, Elk City, wandering down your highway. Trucks are swerving, red car beeps its horn, making my way back home. Woo-hoo, everybody, worrying about next week's pay. Walking the line, stealing some time, worrying about how you feel. So I sing away in the darkness, but no cares seem to matter. Singing my songs to myself, making my way back home. Welcome to Kentucky, steering my way back home. Nobody here except my Shakespeare, wishing on a princess too. Hello, everybody, been so long on the road, riding away, waiting for a day, making my way back home. Woohoo, my princess, waltzing round in the day, spending my time walking away, wasting my time away. Like the wind in a violent storm, in the night long forever, picking time in love and love, whilst the time paddles by.
Hey, we're back on the air, Native Honor Hours. Cindy is out chauffeuring, driving Gary
That's the
Farmer
word,
back,
driving.
so you can get ready for the show tonight. Hopefully she'll be back in. The police won't arrest her before she gets back in here. In the meantime, we found Kizzy.
Hey.
Kizzy out roaming the halls on the campus here, so we dodging her professors, so we thought we'd invite her in, and in case they see you, you have an excuse.
Yeah, I was on Mav Radio.
I was on Mav Radio.
I was on Mav Radio.
I got invited.
Yeah, I couldn't say no.
So yeah, you couldn't say no. Couldn't turn me down. It was tell them it was extra credit
Okay, it was extra credit for my class.
for your class today. So we just had Gary Farmer on, and you probably weren't listening, Kizzy, but I think I got myself in trouble.
What did you do?
I offered to sing with him tonight.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
I'll
said-
be there.
He said he's gonna call me up.
Can't wait to see that.
I need to know what the song is. I won't mind singing. I
You
get
don't-
up there and sing.
You don't even know what the song is?
No, that's the only thing that scares me. If I know the song, I'll get up there and sing it.
But if you don't know the song, you'll just get up there and how people move their mouth.
Yeah, I know, but he's calling me up there, so I'm like, I gotta know what the song is.
Yeah, they're gonna mic you up and everything.
I'll be right there in front of the mic. So, we're not gonna record it, are we?
Yes.
Yeah, it probably will be.
Yes, it will be recorded.
I'll put it on YouTube. It'll go viral.
It will go viral. We'll be millionaires.
But he'll be there tonight, and you think any of my students will show up? They won't, will they?
I think so. I think it was one of your students in the hallway approached me and was like, I heard you talking about Gary Farmer. Are you going to that? And I was like, yeah, I'm going. And he was like, well, where is it? Like in the field house? He was like, oh, okay. I thought it was canceled. I was like, no, it's inside. It's not canceled. We're cool.
Students get me so mad. They're like, I've only been announcing this for how long?
The whole semester.
Yeah, since I found out we're doing this.
Right.
I probably shouldn't say this on the airwaves, but I even no class next week. It's our last week of class. I said, go to the Gary Farmer concert, go to the powwow, and that will be it for class next week. And everybody's like, oh yeah, yay! And then like, when is that?
Right. When's Gary Farmer again?
Is that canceled? Where's that at? I never heard that before.
Is it in the student center?
Yeah,
No, it's in the field house. Oh, okay.
So bothers me, but what are you gonna do?
Hey, gotta give a shout out to my mom. Bye, Mom. She wanted to listen, so she couldn't. So she was like, I'll just listen to you as you talk on the air. That's mother's love. That's mother's, my mom.
I guess you could say, Mom, I could just call you up and talk to you.
Right, we could just
It'd be
talk
like
on the phone.
Be like the same thing, but
not the same.
But not the same thing.
Yeah.
Tell her, you're kind of freaking me out, though. You're sitting there with that phone on your ear the whole time.
All right.
Like students. Sit there, texting all the time. I'm like, geez, come on.
Right. Or they're on their laptops and they're discussing like dresses to order. Like there are two particular young ladies.
Updating their Facebook status.
Yeah, during class. I don't know. Maybe it's because of my age, and I'm not ashamed to say I'm 33. It's the new 23.
Are you that old?
Yeah.
I never figured you to be that old.
Yeah, 33.
She's a young 33, isn't she?
Ow. Yeah.
I knew you were a little bit older.
Man.
I'm thinking like 27. 27.
Bless you. I'm 33, and I think that maybe my education is a little more important than like the 19-year-olds, because they're like, oh my God, I'm on Debs.com and I saw this cute dress, and I'm like, we're in the middle of a lecture. Why do I hear you talking about a dress behind me? What is that about? Be quiet already. And then when the tests come back, they're like, oh my God, I failed my test. What do you have on your cute dress from Debs?
That class is so hard.
I just don't understand any of what he's talking about. Really? Maybe it's because you've been on Facebook the last 3 weeks.
Oh, so you have a sense of a little bit what it's like to be a professor then, huh? No,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah?
yeah.
I've been a supervisor before, so if it's anything like that, it's tough on you all.
It is. That's my biggest frustration as I get older, is students that sit there and text, or because I know they're checking out their Facebook stuff.
Right.
But the thing that gets me to no end, and I'll call them out, is when they come and they bring the newspaper, and they'll put the newspaper right up in your face, covering their face up. I'm like, excuse me, huh? What's going on?
Would you like to read a story to
Yeah,
us? What are you reading?
right.
What's going on?
If you want to just leave, if read the newspaper outside.
In the hallway.
Yeah, so I don't have, maybe I should, I don't know, just old and grumpy. Gary Farmer's talking about doing redoing the, was it Grumpy Old Men, Indian style?
Oh, that would be awesome.
I'd be one of the grumpy old men.
That would be awesome.
Wasn't there 3 grumpy old men?
Yeah, it was 3.
Because he said
Never
him
seen
and
it?
he said him
It's
and
funny.
him and Graham Greene, and if there's 3, I'd be the third
Yeah,
grumpy old man,
it's 3 of
old
them.
Indian men.
Grumpy old Indian.
You know who
men.
Graham Greene is?
I think so.
He was in. You ever see Dance with Wolves?
Mhm.
He was the like Kevin Costner's friend, the Indian guy.
Oh,
The
okay.
kind of like the you remember the white girl, her adopted dad.
Yeah.
That was Graham Greene.
Oh, okay.
He's been in a number of movies, but I was just watching what was that called, The Green Mile?
Yeah.
Remember the Green with Tom Hanks about the death row? But Graham Greene had a like a 20-minute role on that movie too.
He did?
Yeah, he was an Indian guy that got electrocuted.
Oh.
They shaved his head. Remember that?
Yes. Was he the one that the really mean guard didn't put?
No,
like the
no,
sponge?
that was a nasty scene.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That was
I was gonna say that was crucial.
No, that's this other little white guy. He did that too. But they shaved Graham Greene's head and
Yes.
put water on there, but he got executed.
Yeah, oh.
But that's Graham Greene.
Well, at least he got a movie role.
He did
Even though he got executed.
executed. I guess it's better to be on a movie and die than not to be on a movie? And,
I'd rather just not be on a movie.
but on a movie and die, though, I mean, it's not like it's real, Kizzy.
But I mean, they always depict minorities dying in movies. Like in the scary movies, that it's always that, you know, that one minority girl that's running and then she falls and she lays there.
And I don't know why, because you know they're not paying us that much to be on a movie.
Yeah, I want to live.
Might as well get a whole movie's worth out of us for what you're paying.
Exactly. I want to live. And I mean, if that's the case, then let me be the heroine that dies 10 minutes in. Don't keep me on set for 3 months for a 5-minute scene where I die, where I get
You know what?
murdered.
I could hang around for 3 months. I can eat that movie. But talking to Gary's like that last movie's on, they didn't put too many donuts out. No, I'd be
That
mad
wasn't
about
good.
that.
That wasn't good enough for him.
No,
The lack of donuts.
You know, it's something to eat anyway.
Well, yeah.
And fry bread.
Right.
But
Shout out to Maggie Sherman.
Oh yeah, Sherman.
We
You
love
remember
your
that, don't
fry
you?
bread. Yes.
She is one of the better fry bread makers.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And if Liz Parker is listening, I don't mean to shortchange Liz either, because
No way, Liz Parker's good.
she made she made really good fry bread too.
Yeah.
I don't want to, because you know, bottom line, I'll take anybody's fry bread. I'm just saying, but
But Liz,
But-
we have to like send her threatening Facebook messages and, you know, like, Liz, hey, if you don't make any fry bread,
I had to threaten her grade if she didn't
we're
make fry
coming
bread.
to take your tires off your car, like crazy
You
stuff
remember
like
that, Kenny? She was always talking, I'm gonna bring fry bread, you know, because I had to, carry her along, because she's. All right, if you're gonna stand in class, at least bring me some fry bread. So she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring it. So finally I said, look, I'm gonna have to throw you out if you don't bring no fry bread. So she brought some fry bread. But Maggie Sherman, she like fry bread that was like they use it for communion back at church. Remember that? Smoke signals.
Right, they use this
Fry
for
bread
communion.
walked on water.
It's awesome. I think
Yeah.
her fry bread does walk on water because it's
Yep.
awesome.
Hey, and which reminds me, we have powwow coming up in a couple weeks, week and a half,
Yeah.
and we're feeding, and our food services here, the lady up there, she makes fry bread. Yeah, and it's good fry bread. Don't get me wrong.
It's not
It's
not
fry-
Sherman. I'll say it. It's not Sherman fry bread.
It's not Sherman fry bread, but it's really good fry bread. See, and I don't want any Indians to come on. This ain't like Mom's fry bread. No, it's not like Mom's fry bread on the res. It's,
Right.
But where else you gonna get fry bread made by on University Food Service? Nowhere. Thank you very much.
That's where.
Thank you very much.
Nowhere.
So.
So we
And,
appreciate
and I don't
food
and I don't
services.
see any of them Indians turning it down either.
No.
This isn't like, oh, I'll take another piece. They're like, oh, that's not like real res fry bread. And then
But
like,
you're still eating it.
yeah, but you see them, they got about 4 or 5 pieces stacked up on their plate.
Right.
I thought that wasn't that good.
Wish I had some hamburger meat to make an Indian taco. Really? But the fry bread wasn't that good 10 minutes ago. But they're on their 5th piece.
So you're going to powwow too?
Yes, I am.
You're going to be dancing?
Yeah.
You're going to come out and do some intertribals?
I'll go for it.
You need to.
I'll go for it.
You bring your godchildren up?
I'm trying to see if I can get them to come up.
Have them come up, and you'll take them out there, do a couple turns around in the circle, and
Right.
then you can get extra credit.
Sweet.
Like you really need extra. See, that's the problem with my class. I can't threaten anybody with extra credit, or you better show. I'll give you extra credit if you go like, yeah, I don't need it.
Like,
No.
But it's still worth coming, even
So
if
should
there
I-
wasn't no extra
Should,
credit.
should I be meaner in my classes? Should I start making people actually work?
We do work. We gain knowledge.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's like, now any class you're in, if you're not there to gain any knowledge, you won't get any. Whether the teacher's strict, whether the teacher is cool, whether you have a ton of homework or you don't. The knowledge is there. You have to reach out and you have to grab it. So if people aren't paying attention to what you tell us, then, that's kind of their fault. You're missing out.
That's what I think. See, I like to describe my teaching and testing style as someone said, oh, he uses a native pedagogy. And I don't know what pedagogy means, but I'm thinking, yeah, I do that. That's what I do.
Yeah, do that.
'Cause
It could be an inappropriate term in another language.
Does-
I do that.
does that mean like I stand around all day and tell stories and hopefully you learn from my stories and
No,
call
I-
people out, mess with them, and
Hey, as long as I'm learning something, and I have learned stuff in your class, lots of stuff.
so. Anyway, guess who walks in the door? Were you leaving Cassie outside?
She doesn't want to be on the show.
Oh man,
Aw.
she could be a star. So I got Kizzy here. We were talking about. I was waiting for you to come back so we can talk about Gary.
Hey, I got a CD for Pow Wow.
Was that one he was
Wow,
gnawing
wow.
on?
Shoot
I think
by
those
Gary.
those do look like teeth prints on the side.
Yeah, I know. We should. It's got the. See that right there? That's Gary Farmer's
That's that
teeth print
authentic,
right
that's
there.
that authentic Gary Farmer molar.
Yeah, right there.
You coming tonight, Kizzy?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll dance.
Okay, we'll dance. I like to dance.
Only time we can dance is if we're sitting on a chair. We're good chair dancers.
Chair dancers.
So if they
We
call
both
like,
have good head.
we can bob our necks around like this.
And now people can see it, so they know what we're talking about.
Move
when
our
we
shoulders
bob.
like this. But standing up, we ain't good dancers.
No. Hey, speak for yourself. The woman can dance.
Can you dance?
Yes, I can.
I'm gonna see. Are you gonna dance tonight?
Probably not.
Cassie, is she gonna dance tonight? Oh, come on. You gotta get on the air, Cassie. Don't come in this studio and act like you ain't gonna be on the air.
Hi, everybody.
No, the camera's over here. Right there, right there, right there.
Yep, we're on camera. Gary enjoyed the camera.
Oh yeah, he was.
On
You could
candy
tell he was a
camera.
performer. He had to find it.
He was doing an interview on the way back.
With who?
Hi.
Can't see you yet.
Someone who was interviewing
It's
him.
coming. It's
Did you get a
little
phone call?
delayed. There she is.
Hi, I'll be at Gary Farmer. Come if you can. It'll be lots of fun.
There you go. She's getting used to it now.
And just
No, you see that before? She's like, oh, I'm not going
She's
on
a
the air.
natural.
Now she's in front of the camera acting like she owns it.
and I just saw in my office one of the South Kids artwork is there. It's amazing. Folks, when you come tonight, you are going to get not only a great musical show, you are going to see some fabulous art. We have Ron Garvey, Donnell Keeler, Valerie Kilscrow Copeland, and the South students. So we're going to be showing some art. You're going to be able to buy some of Donnell's prints. And I would like to thank Donnell and Wanda. They donated a print for the raffle. Can you imagine winning a Donnell Keeler print for $2 spent on a raffle ticket?
Amazing. What a bargain.
Awesome.
What a bargain.
His Trick or Treat is going to be the cover for the next Red Ink magazine.
Really?
Oh, wow.
What's that?
Wow.
I didn't hear that.
His Trick or Treaty is going to be the cover for the next Red Ink magazine cover.
Donnell's?
Oh, that's cool.
Good.
That's awesome.
He's an amazing guy. He really is. He's a great community member. They never say no. Donnell and Wanda are a great couple. I was just at their house. Wanda's daughter got married. It was a beautiful little ceremony. She married a great kid. They've got little art will be tonight. They're rocking. And that's the nice thing about our concerts. Bring your kids.
Oh, and how much does it cost to get in?
Oh yeah, it's free.
Kizzy, how much was it?
Free 99.
Free 99.
Mm-hmm.
Free.
Free.
99.
Free. Where can you get a famous free? Where?
Cassie,
Tell me where.
Cassie, who else does this? What other university does this?
Nobody else does it as far as I know.
That's right, nobody. Nobody.
And do you want to say something about the beautiful Cassie Rhodes Carol?
Cassie wrote, we announced this last week.
I know. Let's read
But
it
since
out.
she's here, we'll do it again.
Do it. Do it.
I'm going to do it again, Cassie. Stand up. You got to stand up in front of the camera.
She's like, oh, again.
We're presenting to you our 2012 University of Nebraska
Community.
Omaha Community Honoree
Honoree.
Recipient.
Yeah.
Yay!
Proud to say I'm a great grandma for the first time. I love being a great grandma.
Aww.
And you look so good. Did you see their eyes today when those boys found out how old you were? Looking pretty foxy.
Ow.
I saw Gary looking at you.
He's famous too
He
and
said he likes to
everything.
date older women, so I guess I qualify.
Thank God. I'm younger. I like hanging around with Farmer and the boys. I'm right in their age range and maybe even a little younger.
Yeah, he was checking out your
Your
French
21
fries.
Your 21-year-old girlfriend probably looked pretty good
He,
too.
he said, "Are you going to eat them?"
Every time I saw you, you were coming back with another big pile.
Hey, I was feeding about 3 or 4 people. That's how cheap. I shouldn't say this.
Nobody told you to sit next to Juan. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Juan joined you for lunch.
Juan-a-palooza.
Oh, my goodness.
He's ready to graduate.
Yeah, he was
He's
in
got
class today.
flyers. He's gonna have him a party.
Juan pounded
Oh,
about 6 of them
my.
grilled cheese sandwiches.
You know why? Because that is the best grilled cheese sandwich in Omaha. It is.
Is it made with government cheese?
Hey,
Had to be that commodity cheese.
Well, see,
Same
we called
thing,
it
same thing.
government, but it was awesome.
commods.
See,
Yes.
black people call it government
Did
cheese.
your
Indian
mom
people
just
call it
cut
commodities.
cut the mold off?
Commodity cheese.
Yeah.
And that, yeah,
Yeah.
my mom did
It's the
too.
same
Yeah.
cheese.
My
Yeah.
mom just cut the mold
We all
off.
call,
like, oh, cut
we
that-
should,
cut the
we
green
should
off.
call it,
Yeah. Yeah,
call
it's
it
still
minority
good.
cheese.
Yeah,
Minority
'Cause that's what they
cheese.
give to the minorities.
minority cheese, and it is amazing.
It melts great.
Yes, the best
It
macaroni
melts
in
like
life.
Velveeta.
Macaroni
It
and
kinda
cheese.
does.
You know, I had a
It does.
It does.
I had a
Oh.
former student who their family owned a Mexican restaurant, and we used to go out there and we used to order the nachos, and he used to have all pile full of cheese on the nachos. I said, "You ain't kidding nobody. You send all your family members out to stand in line to get that government cheese.
commods.
This is commodity cheese you're using for these nachos." She's like, "Oh no, you can't kid me."
And you know, the line is fun. It's where the ladies didn't have, like we have the girls. Nobody went, in my grandma's day, her and her friends didn't go out for coffee. They didn't go out for pie. They were too busy raising their families,
Right.
taking care of the grandkids. So the commodity line was
That was
the
like the
chit-chat.
hangout line,
Yep.
the gossip line.
Chairs,
You got
You
all the
remember-
gossip.
Cassie, you remember that government peanut butter?
That
It came in that big,
And it had the
that big
oil on
can.
the top.
Oh no, yeah. When you cut
Yeah.
you do the lid and you open up, it's got the oil
Oil
because it all
just-
rose
yeah.
the top.
Just settled on the
so,
top.
So it's my job to get the big butter knife.
And that was
And
not
stir it up.
fun.
No. You first. I got this down.
You gotta
Because
score
you try
it.
to stir it like that, all the oil comes out.
Right.
Yep.
So you have to take the knife and poke holes all over
That's
the
called
place.
scoring it. You had to score it.
Well,
Oh, and let
whatever.
the oil run back
So
in.
the oil
Yeah.
run back down. See, then you did that enough, then you can start, trying
See,
to
that's
stir
why I
that
messed
back
up. I was just
See?
trying to stir it up.
And it was always the kid's job.
See, and you
whatever
had
kid
to
was
have
there.
that as much oil as you can so it gets creamy.
Exactly. No Jiffy Creamy around
See,
here.
Cassie's over there shaking her head. Were you in charge of stirring the peanut butter too?
Remember the canned beef that you'd open the
Oh,
can
we
and
never
pull it
got
out and the
beef.
white-
Get outta
it'd
here.
be all the white fat. My grandma'd be like, "That's how we cook it."
You
That's
never
the
did you
cooking
get
fat."
canned beef, Kizzy?
Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
never gave out canned. They must
Shoulda-
have.
You should have been in Rosebud.
Must
We
have.
got
Oh, we knew
canned
about the
beef.
canned beef
The-
Yeah.
and
the-
the pork.
Yeah.
And
The
it was
Rose
a
Butters
black
must have
and
took
white
all that
can.
canned
Yeah.
cheese.
And it just
or
had a pig
beef.
on it.
Yep.
And it said pork.
Yep.
I know
And
about it.
and the farina. Ooh, that stuff was
You know, I
gross.
used to like that.
Do you know how bad that stuff was? If you accidentally got that farina on the tray of the high chair, you almost had to scrape it off. It dries like cement.
I liked
You
it.
wonder
Farina
what
like
that
brown
does.
swagger. Do you know what brown
No,
swagger
no,
is?
no,
It's
no,
oatmeal.
no.
It's like cream of
That's
wheat.
like
Like the
that's
vein
like
of
salami
sausages.
on steroids. That Braunschweiger.
Oh, shout out to my niece Tanisha. She's 19 and she loves it. And I didn't know what it was. I just seen her with this brown roll with yellow like wrapping around it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what is that? And she's like, oh, Aunt Kizzy, this is brown swagger. You know nothing about this. And she had the crackers and she was spreading it on crackers. And I'm like, that looks awful. What is that?
Yeah, my dad was a fan of that.
Oh.
And it smells
So bad.
Yeah, my dad
Ew.
used to bring that home too.
Oh.
My grandpa used to like those sardines. You know the
I
kind
used
where
to
you
eat
got
that,
the
though.
kit, where
Oh,
you
with
got
the
the
key
key
and
and
you roll-
unrolled it. Oh God.
My
he
grandma
would
used to eat
them
those.
whole.
She used to love them. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
Ooh, I know. And the toots from it were not good.
I was like, oh, yuck.
No.
Shall we talk about something here? We're just gonna talk about Braunschweiger.
We can talk about what, you know what? We need to hurry this show on because I've been going to the bathroom since lunchtime. And it's getting close to the point where
You
I'm
could
just
have
gonna
gone
have to-
before you
That's
came
never
back in.
good.
I had to come do the radio show by myself.
Kizzy and I and
Then I had
Cassie,
to
we
get
got this.
Farmer
Go
in
to the
there.
bathroom.
Okay, thank you.
Otherwise, she's gonna be complaining, sitting there
Cindy shall return.
dancing on her chair, and there's no music.
None at all. Just like, what's wrong with you? Oh, nothing. Just gotta go.
No, I should tell this story about Brady. You know Brady, don't you, Cassie?
No.
Brady DeSantis.
DeSanti, oh my gosh, that's my world religion teacher.
Is it
Shout
really?
out, Professor
Let me
DeSanti.
tell you a story about him.
Tell me.
I'll tell a story about him.
you know, when he was my former student, and for a while there, I was trying to get him to go to law school. And so about this time of year, you know, I go pick up my kids out at BYU out in Utah. And so I said, hey, Brady, you know, you check out BYU Law School. I'll introduce you to some of my friends. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll go. And so he goes out there, and I got this big van. You know, I used to have a big van. I went to go get my son, so I was going to haul his stuff back. And I said, can you help me drive? He goes, oh, yeah, I can drive. It's a big van. Oh, no, I can handle it. So we get on the road, and yeah, I know how we travel. You know, my wife's here. She can back me up on this. We get in the van. We're making 2 stops on the way to Utah, 14 hours. We're going to stop for gas. Every time we stop for gas, that means you go to the bathroom,
Right.
come back, and then we're set. And
Let's go.
let's go. No complaining. And, you know, if there's an occasional emergency, we'll stop. But, you know, for the most part, we're making those kind of stops, and we're going to get there on time. And I'm not used to making all these bathroom stops. So I get Professor DeSanti. And, you know, we're like 100 miles out. It says, he's like, oh, can you pull over? I got to go to the bathroom. And so he goes sit there and pulls over, and he's like, oh, all right, you know, taking 15 minutes. You know, I'm thinking, all right, we're good for another, 3 or 4 hours?
Right.
We go, I don't know, about 75 miles down the road, and I gotta go to the bathroom again. Like, you're kidding me, right? No, I gotta go. So I was like, all right, and this, you know, he's drinking water. And I'm like, you know, all right, we're gonna go. And he gets back in and said, no more water for you. And he's like, oh, that's fine. I said, no, I'm serious.
Like, no
give
more.
give up the water. And so he, we're not stopping. I said, oh, can you? I was feeling a little bit tired because we started out late. I said, so can you drive? He goes, yeah, I can drive. And so he gets behind the wheel, and I'm just about ready to snooze off and, you know, take me a nap. I'm sitting in the back, and you know, the van just jerks. And it's like we're, you know, about knocks me off my chair. And I jump up. I said, what's going on? And you know, it was a windy day, and he didn't know how to handle a van, you know, because it's kind of a higher profile vehicle.
Right.
You know, the wind got the best of him, and he's like, oh no, I ain't sleeping now.
I'm up.
You can't handle this. Get out. So I had to stop again. So I could. So we're about 150 miles out, and I've already made like 3 stops.
Whoa.
And I said no. And so we drove out there. And I got to tell this other story too. We get out there, and there's this one Mexican place out there. You get a it's a breakfast burrito, and it's called Beto's. I don't know if it's still there or not, but it's like one of these breakfast burritos that's like, you know, the size of a log. And we're like, oh, we're gonna go to Beto's get a breakfast burrito, and we go in there. And he goes, I'll have 2. I'm like, no, you're not. And he's thinking these are the size
Like
of
just
those,
regular little burrito.
like those ones at McDonald's that, you know,
Oh,
those
yeah,
little
that you
tiny ones.
Pop it in your mouth.
Oh man, I can eat too. I said, no, these are huge. And so he does he listen to me?
No.
No.
Does
He-
anyone?
Every now and then.
Okay, good.
So he gets 2 of these burritos, and he doesn't finish half of one. Like, he wouldn't listen to me. So he takes it. I'll eat these later. That's it. You better
Yeah.
bring your lunch. He said, anyway, so we come back, and you know, I pack my son up, and we're coming through, and we gas up in Rawlins, Wyoming, which is in the middle of Wyoming. So we get there, and I look at him. I said, you better go to the bathroom now, because I had like a 50-mile-an-hour wind at my back, which meant I was getting incredible for my van. I mean, we was just flying down the interstate. And after a while, I said, you better go to the bathroom, because I ain't stopping. We're gonna go until this van about runs out of gas, and
Then we're gonna stop.
Then we're gonna stop. So I'm sitting here making, you know, I'm driving, and we're making great time. I'm just, you know, and the gas gauge is barely moving, and usually I have to stop in North Platte, middle of Nebraska. I had like a half a tank of gas in North
Wow,
Platte.
by the time you got to North Platte?
Yeah,
Wow.
so I'm driving straight through.
Hydroplaning.
I was driving straight through. So
We're gonna make it.
we're gonna make it. This would have been an all-time record.
from Rollins, which is in the middle of
Until-
Wyoming. I'm thinking I'm gonna make it all the way to Omaha, 1 tank of gas. And so we're in between Lincoln and Omaha, and I got like 1/8 of a tank, and I'm thinking, I can do this, I can do it. And you guys know where there's a rest stop just by that Mahoney. And I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and Brady's sitting in the back, and and this look on his face, his face is all contorted. He's like, God. He's holding on to the seat. He's like, I said, Brady, you got to go to the bathroom. I'll be okay. It's like, oh, I'll pull over here and you can go to the bathroom. I almost made it all the way to Omaha.
You know what? What is it about you men and not stopping for the bathroom? We would drive to Florida. My ex-husband would have driven straight through.
Yeah, my dad too.
I begged,
Straight
we gotta
through.
go. The kids, tell them they should have gone the last time we stopped. It was 6 hours ago. They're kids.
Wait like 30
gotta
more
go.
miles. We'll stop in. No, seriously,
Yeah,
we
no,
have to go to the
seriously,
bathroom.
stop.
Pull over, Dad.
Stop now.
You wouldn't have a problem traveling with Brady then.
Give the kids a can. They are
A
not
can?
gonna use a can.
Oh my
Pull
gosh, she's
the
in a
car
can.
over, dude.
So that's you can tell Professor DeSanti. Hey, what about that time you went back from Utah with
I don't think
Dr.
Brady would
Zendaya?
have appreciated your facial reconstruction of the ordeal.
I swear that's how he looked.
He was trying to take one for the team.
I'll be okay. I think I can make it.
So did you stop or did you make it?
Yeah, I told you I stopped. I saw him. I was, all right, you. I felt sorry for him. He was back there dancing around in that seat.
In the back seat.
It was all pathetic looking.
And you don't like it when we went to Winnebago, I drove, and in the city he'd be like, "Slow down, what are you doing? Slow down." We're on there saying, you can go a little faster. You can't go a little faster.
She goes one speed like 50. So it's in the city, that's way too fast.
That's too fast.
You get on them roads out there, no one's around you. 50's too slow.
Right, hurry up, hurry
But
up.
You know what,
she just
though?
knows
That
one
Winnebago
speed.
road, you gotta go slow because you never know what's coming out.
Right.
Deers,
Exactly.
raccoons, there's all kind of stuff waddling across that road, and I am not killing one of God's creatures.
Well, I don't want to kill myself trying not to kill one of God's creatures. I mean, Bambi, seriously. I know
My
you see
dad-
me coming. Get off the road.
I was born in I lived in Thermopolis, Wyoming for the first 4 years of my life. My dad hit a buffalo.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Tatanka.
And I said,
we call him-
I said, Dad,
we call him Buffalo.
How could you not see the buffalo? And my mom said he was drunk. I was like, still, even if you had a few, I mean, a buffalo's
Unless you're
big.
passed out. That's
Yeah.
the only way you can't see a
Buffalo's kinda
buffalo in
big.
the road.
You know what? He probably hit a tree. It's too scared to tell my mom. Told her he hit a buffalo.
Yeah, I made
It's
that
a
up.
Story.
There weren't any buffalo in Wyoming at that time.
Oh, my dad in Buffalo got me in a fight at school. You know Pioneers Park in Lincoln?
Mm-hmm.
When you drive in, there's this big bronze buffalo. My dad told me he shot it on the reservation and gave it to the park.
the people of Lincoln.
And so every time we would go out there, he'd say, "There's that buffalo I shot." And I told it at kindergarten. The kid said no. And they argued with me, so I punched somebody in the nose, and my mom had to come get me. And boy, she was, "Would you quit telling the kids those made-up stories? Your daughter's fighting in kindergarten."
See, she can make them faces too. You see that?
My mom's dead. That's the only reason I could make those faces. If I would make those faces when she was alive, she'd be in the car on the way out.
Right, don't be making
Yeah,
faces at me
no.
like I don't look like
I
that.
don't make that kind of face. What is wrong with you?
Cassie, you're the actor. You would about to be over here making them faces too, huh?
I'm enjoying. I'm just enjoying you guys listening.
And this is what we do every week. We don't really talk about anything.
You know, when we first started this show, we came
Oh, yeah.
all prepared.
And had like
Articles.
Now we show up late. We don't even care.
Me and Kenny were on a roll today.
Was you talking about me?
No. Well, we decided it's no fun. You're too easy. We have to watch your face while we mock you. So we did our own version of the moccasin
Kenny,
grapevine.
did you mock me?
We
You know, I
it's no
still
fun.
I still control your grade.
And what now? You know, and what do you control for me? She says, crossing her arms, leaning back, giving him the look.
Your job.
You know,
And
you
ask
could.
questions, Ed?
What's that?
Can people call you and call in
We
and
don't
ask
trust
her.
them anymore.
You can go on the computer.
No, they can ask questions on it. See, we don't have that delay. People, real radio
And we
stations.
know people
Oh,
like
right. They have
Juan.
like 10 or 15 second
Real
delay.
radio stations have that 10, 15 second delay in case
Kenny.
Wanna
something
get
comes
us
out
put
of your
off the
mouth.
air.
I feel as if this is a real radio station. You're hurting my little
But we
Kenny.
don't. We don't have that. So you know how Indians are
But somebody could send in on the,
Sure.
on the
Yeah, 'cause
native
see, you
native
listen on
honor
the computer.
hours.
okay.
Which is pretty awesome.
Uh-oh,
I think.
Ed's touching the computer and Monica's not here. Stop
I
it!
know.
Step away from the
I'll
computer.
Oh.
try to be good.
Yeah, seriously, she's
So
our
hey
computer
folks,
tech.
we are a couple hours away from Gary Farmer. and
Gary
the
Farmer.
Trouble
Are we gonna talk about him?
Makers.
Because we told him we'd talk about him once he left.
I certainly am not. I think he's a fabulous, wonderful fellow.
We said we were gonna talk.
He's gonna
about
take you on the road. You better be nice.
That's awesome.
Monica,
him. He's just kidding.
you and I are gonna have the best time when they're out doing it. We'll have lunches. We'll
Ladies'
you
night.
won't have to follow him around and clean up after him, blow his nose, comb his hair.
See, that'd be perfect too, because Ruben graduates, and we can do that.
Maybe you and I'll go on our own tour.
Professor Ed come back with a
Me and-
beard and
Oh, please.
long
Me and Monica
hair.
will follow you guys in the car. I'm not getting in
Like
that van.
like
with me.
groupies?
Groupies. I've never been a groupie. It's on my bucket list.
I ain't lying. I ain't gonna ride in his van. Did you see that van?
You know what? I doubt once you took your shoes off, they'd let you.
No, because that van's already Funk City as it is.
And did you see how many people they fit in that van? And the back is all equipment.
Well, they got
They
that.
must be a tight fit in there.
Yeah.
Because
it
none of
is.
them are small guys.
It is tight fit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But we went to.
Well, the guy that they picked up seems to be a real old-time musician. He even knew Magic Slim and the Teardrops.
We took him to lunch. I probably shouldn't say this over the air, huh? Are they listening to us down at
Yes.
Scott Center?
And you know what? It's probably being piped in, so
We better not.
zip.
Well, I'll just say this now.
Save
'cause
it
what
for
are they
your
gonna do?
memoirs.
What are they gonna do?
Save it for your memoirs.
Kizzy wants to know. Cassie wants to know.
Sure, blame it on Kizzy.
No,
I am
you-
nosy.
you go-
Always Kizzy.
You know when
I
you
am
go down,
nosy.
you go down to the buffet down at the Mav Scottville, whatever it's called, Scott Village, and because it's like all you can eat. So I told his guys, I said, go have them make you a sandwich and take save it for the night. After the show, you have something to eat. And they're like, oh yeah. And then we told one of the guys that John said, yeah, go have him make you a sandwich. He's like, oh, I'm full. I said, no. Gary said, no, you can take it with you for the night. Go make a sandwich. So he goes in there and he comes back out. He's all mad. He said He said that they don't do takeout. You can't do it for takeout. And like,
You're
Duh.
not supposed to tell them.
duh! I thought that was like
That
an
is-
Indian trick.
Oh no, that's a minority.
It's a
trick.
minority
my
trick?
aunt used to go. Shout out to Old Country Buffet. My
Yeah.
aunt
Yeah,
used to
my
go
mom
to the
got
buffet,
banned from there.
and she used to have Tupperware down in her purse. And the first time I ever seen her do
Yeah,
it,
they
I was
caught-
a kid,
they
and
caught
she
my
was just
mom.
dropping chicken in her purse, and I'm thinking, why are you dropping pieces of fried chicken in your
Mm-hmm.
purse?
See, that's right. You go there and say, I'd like to have a grilled
Called
chicken.
Watecha.
And then you go back and you take it and then you wrap it up and
Yeah, or the cookies.
Ooh,
We
look
should-
and you
at
put it
those
away.
shoes, girls. Wow.
Get it, girl.
Wow. Did you
Shout out
see
to the
those?
lady in the
Yes.
fuchsia shoes with the zebra heels.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
7-inch heels.
I didn't see it.
Hello.
But anyway, he
Wow.
comes out and he says, they said they don't do takeout. And I was like, duh. And Gary's, he's like, you don't tell them it's takeout. You just have them make it and you wrap it up in your napkins and put it
See,
in your...
it's a cultural thing. It's Watecha. We must do it. You never leave someplace without a little Watecha.
Yeah.
I think Omaha's
I
called
like that.
Wash Day.
Hey,
Is that what it's
Watecha.
called?
Yeah, but so I was like, you don't tell them.
I can't believe you went in there. Can I get a sandwich to go? That's probably how you went in there. Can I get a
And I was,
sandwich to go?
I was telling him how when my mom used to take me and my kids out to, and she got her check. She'd take us out to eat and go to Old Country Buffet. My kids are like 17, 15, 14, and we go line up at the Country Buffet. She'd be saying, "And this one is 8.
Yeah.
This one is 7."
Would she?
Oh, yeah.
that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's so awesome.
And the cashiers are just kind of looking.
Like,
Okay, lady.
That was where my folks used to take
No,
us
and then-
to. It must be something about Old Country Buffet.
And then when I used to take, when I used to buy it, I used to tell my kids, you can be your real age today. You're like, Dad, are we 16 or are we 7?
Sad day that one closed. That was me and Myrna's
That's
favorite
because
lunch
them
place.
Indians put him out of business. Brought all them kids. Kid Key would be like, what, 12? He's 12.
You know what? Kit's got a baby face, though. Kit's one of those that is going to be real hard to tell his age. He's like you, Cassie. He's got that baby face. Kit looks like, to me, at least, he looks like he's about 21 years old.
But for my mom, he'd be like 12.
Maybe 10. If
He's
she thought she
12.
could get away with it. Oh, he's 10. He's 10 years old, aren't you?
If you think I'm lying, ask my lovely girlfriend.
At least she didn't bring peanut butter in her purse. When we used to go to the bowl
Oh, no,
trips,
she got
she
banned.
got banned.
She got banned.
They
They
caught
caught
her. No.
They got the security camera. Indian on table number 7. Keep
Were you
that
with
security.
her when she got banned?
Fortunately, no. it's like they came over there and, ma'am, can we? I think she was stocking up on, of all things, wasn't it cookies? Something really dumb. It was like cookies or bread or something
She was
like
gonna
that.
fill up the cookie jar at the house.
Like if you're gonna get banned, at least have some fried
Some
chicken.
chicken,
Or,
a piece of
or
steak.
go to the roast beef thing and
Right.
get you about 5 pounds of roast beef. All right, you banned me then, but
I'm taking
gonna
this
get my
roast
money's
beef
worth.
with me. The roast beef comes with me.
It'll be sitting there licking it. You ain't taking this back.
Right. You sure you want it? It's mine now.
So, anyway,
Anywho,
Awesome.
now that we've offended everybody,
I'm sorry. Offend me not, because that is just
This how-
it was too
that's how
funny.
you
It
roll,
was too
isn't it?
funny. Or the lady we saw at Red Lobster once. You know how they have the all-you-can-eat shrimp, and previously you couldn't take to-go boxes with you. Now they let you. But we saw this lady take her whole plate, and I know we got her caught because we just hysterically broke into laughter the whole table. She took her plate and she scraped it off in her purse. Like,
hey, Kizzy, you wanna know how I roll?
how do you roll?
are you going to
We-
tell her about our lunch date?
We went to up to the
Winnebago.
reservation, Winnebago.
Hey.
This is a farmer liked this story.
To the
We're
scene.
coming back. We're coming back. We're going through Blair, and it's about lunchtime. I said,
Decatur.
no, it was Blair.
Oh, was it? I think it was Decatur.
Decatur doesn't have a Burger King,
I beg to differ.
so they don't. Anyway, we're coming back.
Oh, right off the exit to Decatur.
See,
It's
and-
the McDonald's.
No, that was the McDonald's, not in Decatur.
Right. But
Okay,
it's right
you're
around
right.
the corner.
That would be
You're
Ottawa.
Right. I'm wrong.
Oh, very good. See, that's
What's
good.
around
So
the
we
corner?
we were in Blair, and my wife was out of town, so she hooks me up with these Burger King coupons, because
Here,
she
honey,
know-
eat while I'm gone.
She knows. The only thing we eat when she's gone, me and my son, is I grill. So I'll get some meat and hot dog, and I'll grill up one night. Grill up all
And then
this
eat
meat.
the rest of the time
And
she's
then,
gone.
Then eat the meat the rest of the time she's gone, and we don't do any side dishes.
I was going to say, you probably don't
No
do any sides.
No side. We just eat meat.
Helpless.
Bag of chips is our side dish.
Helpless.
So she knows that. So she hooks us up with some coupons because take her baby to Burger King.
So he
I have these
says-
coupons.
You want to go to lunch? I said, yeah. He goes, I'm paying. I was like, what? Man, car went off the road. Ooh, Cindy almost went off the chair.
I got this. Cindy, I got this. I'll buy lunch
So
today.
I was like, oh my God. He goes, pull over into Burger King. Should have been my first clue. So we pull into Burger King and we walked in and he goes, check and see if they take the coupons. It's the only reason he stopped and had because he wanted me to ask if they took the coupons. So
So-
we got lunch.
So she got a Whopper meal
Yeah.
Sweet.
because
Yeah.
we had to buy one get one free.
He told me I could pick whatever flavor pop I wanted.
Yeah. I guess
Ooh. Big spender,
He
huh?
was excited because it was a high-tech pop machine.
it was.
You
it
gotta
was one of
see
them
how it
fancy ones.
works.
Oh, is it the cool one, the Coke machines that
Yeah.
you like with the circle
Yeah,
on it?
yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are so awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, and at the Exarban Godfathers, they have them too. They're so cool.
So Gary liked that story. So that's
Oh,
how,
he
I
was
got this.
roaring with laughter.
I got a
this.
coupon.
You thought you were about to go someplace classy,
No, I know, Ed.
someplace
I
awesome.
knew it wasn't going to be any place class.
And then he whipped up into
Although,
Burger
you know
King.
what? You've taken me to eat at the Mattress Factory Is that what that place was called that we ate with Farmer?
Yeah, last time.
Thank God Gary Farmer comes to town. What was the Olive Garden?
Olive Garden. Oh, if we're gonna
Yummy.
talk about him, we'll talk about him. Oh
Olive
man,
Garden.
this band, they didn't, they saw the menu and they didn't even look at the prices. I
There was
have
wine.
this.
We were doing a little wine.
All
tasting.
right.
Mhm.
A little wine.
See, and I got there late, before I got a chance to say, hey, I ain't buying no liquor. But they
Oh,
was
that's
like-
too
they were all
bad.
over that.
It was glasses of wine all over
You
the
don't
table.
invite an Indian if you're not going to buy a little something.
So,
Got a little
anyway,
something in the house.
is there anything else we can make fun of Gary about?
I think Gary's a wonderful man, and I would never dream of making fun of him.
Well, he's
As
in Omaha.
he's driving out in his van on the way out of town.
They listening to the show.
I dropped him off. All I know is I got him to the place okay, got him out of the car, and that was the last I seen of Farmer.
We better hope they make it back here by what?
That sounds
Is
like,
Denny with them?
Denny was.
Well, then they'll make it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, they'll be okay.
What time are they coming back? Would they say like
No,
6:36?
Yeah,
6:30?
6 o'clock.
If Myrna Red Owl's listening, I got you at 6 p.m. Be ready with your dancing shoes.
Okay.
Party, party, party.
Party, party, party.
Are you gonna? I was sitting there thinking, I bet he does call me up there tonight.
I know. And I am going to stand up and say, crowd, let's give him a hand.
My only fear is that I
Do
don't
you
know
know
the song.
Tulsa? You better
No.
be Googling it, dude.
What's Tulsa?
Tulsa Time? Living on, no, I'm not going to sing it. Living on Tulsa Time. You don't
Hold
know
on,
that
hold
one?
on.
Is it on the CD?
I don't know. But if I were you,
I
I'd
should
be
look.
learning. And please, I can't wait. This will, it will make my year.
What, for me to sing?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, baby. Number
I can
4,
sing
hey,
a little
baby.
bit.
Yeah, he probably did a,
I can sing a little bit.
I have
You
yet
can
to
hold
be
a tune?
witness to this.
You can hold the key.
No, he can invent one.
He can go get one copy.
I thought you knew I got that Barry White bass voice.
Oh.
Hey, baby. I love,
UNO.
and Barry White is responsible for more children being born than any
Than
other
anybody.
artist. Because in the 70s,
I bet-
they put on
I
Barry
bet
White,
Marvin-
and all the girls would be like, I love you.
I bet Marvin Gaye would give him a run for the money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Cassie's over there. Yeah.
And Marvin Gaye is kind
Marvin
of
Gaye and Tammy
eternal.
Tyrell, they were my favorite.
Do what?
Marvin Gaye's eternal.
Oh,
Sam Cooke.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That,
we
you know,
we should
we're
even go
old
there.
because in my mind I'm thinking, now that was music.
Yeah, just like your mom.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
My
I
mom
would
and dad
agree.
were different
That's good
generations.
music.
You
My
know,
dad was
whenever
10
I hear
years
these
older
young
than my
guys
mom.
always talk about, all these whatever bands and like, I don't know who they are, like, they got that from Marvin Gaye. Oh,
Yeah.
they got that from Temptations. Oh, they
Yeah.
got that.
A lot
the
of hip hop
Spinners.
and R&B, they use
Yeah.
cuts and
They
samples
think-
of other of
They
older
know
think
our
songs.
that
name.
they wrote that
Yeah, they
stuff.
think that beat is originally
Farmer
goes to a
was
Diddy
doing
song.
a interview on the radio and he was talking about his influences and he said Howling Wolf. Do you remember him?
No.
Oh yeah, on Cadillac Records, Howling
yes.
Wolf. Yeah.
listen to them go.
That was the best movie.
Yeah.
That really was Cadillac Records, and supposedly
You know,
that was
Cindy, I think-
really close to what
I think we
what
got us.
happened.
I think we
Yeah.
got us a new
Ow,
co-host here.
ow.
Ow.
Kizzy, next year we'll get rid of him, you and me, girl.
She was telling me she
Indian Ladies Hour.
She's telling she's taking a African American intro to African.
Intro to African American Studies
And that's
with
it.
Dr. Wagugu.
I said, is it as fun as Intro Native Studies? She said, no.
You know, in
She's
my
gonna
Black
deny it when
Studies
she gets to class, though.
They made us read a book that really, really affected how I thought about things. It was called "You Don't Know You're White," and the whole book was about how white people don't think of themselves as white. I think of myself as Native. You
Right.
think of yourself as African American. When we look in the mirror, that's what we think.
Right.
They don't think of themselves as white.
Yeah,
They
I can
just
believe
are.
that. I can believe that.
And
Like,
I
it's
was
the
just
existence.
amazed. And look who's we should have gone till 6. We got the whole game.
Oh,
Now she
has-
comes in at the very last
she has
minute,
spiffy
pushing at the very
shirts.
show. You gotta wave to the camera.
Right there.
Right there. Doesn't she look fabulous? Yeah. Ow.
I know we are all dressed alike.
Doing that, should I?
Well, no, you did it.
That
You
kind of show.
you did it classy.
Oh,
now,
yes, it
now
is.
if you grabbed the bottom of your shirt and came up with it, I'd be like, oh, and we're off the air.
folks, again, I know we've said it before, but tonight, 7 p.m., Sap Fieldhouse. Gary Farmer and the Troublemakers with a little added-on songbird, Ed Zendeja. Going to sing Tulsa
And
Time.
bring your cash money with you.
We're going to sell
The
raffle
concerts
tickets.
for
Raffle tickets.
The concert's free, but bring your cash with you.
For raffle
Sell
Hey,
some
and you
raffle
know, the
tickets,
things are picking up.
CDs,
Yeah.
T-shirts for Gary
Yeah.
Farmer, prints,
Art.
artwork.
I'm pretty
mean,
stoked about the art.
Come
Yeah.
on out. Come on
Whoever
out.
Whoever is
amazing.
drawing names, draw my name
So-
for the artwork.
You know, you can always sell plasma tomorrow to make up for it. So bring your spare
You
cash.
know us too well.
I saw Juan today. Oh, we have a minute. Juan, last day of class that Juan's ever take for me. I don't know how many classes he's taken for me, and we have people bring food. Juan never brings a
No.
thing. First one in line to
First
get
one to
food,
eat, though. First one to eat.
Today, the last day, he comes and he brings in like three 12 packs of Mountain Dew, and he's all smiling. I brought food and I brought treats today. So Juan he brings that, and like everybody about fell over, and then he was. I said, Juan, last
That's my
day.
boy you're picking on.
I know.
Just so we're clear.
I'll pick on him.
I'll take you out.
And then at the end, there's leftovers. I took a little 12-pack of, leftovers of Mountain Dew stuff. And he's acting like I kicking his dog or something like that. Oh, that's
That is his face too. You do have Juan's face down. That
him.
kind of.
That's it. Oh. Like, what?
Yeah.
How
I
could
said,
you?
come on, Juan. All the stuff you've taken over the years from my class, you're going to go at least donate a couple cans of pop.
He's worried about passing.
Yeah, I know.
Right. He was plotting on going to lunch with you guys, too, just so you know.
Oh, I know. He called me and he goes, "What time's lunch?" I said, "You're not invited."
He wanted that grilled cheese
I said,
sandwich.
I'm only having people to lunch that can't afford to eat. He says, "I'm really in bad shape.
I'm so poor. I'm so
I don't
poor.
know how I'm gonna live."
Anyway, bring your cash, Gary Farmer. Cool
Concession
night.
stand will be open. Ooh. We're
they
high
gonna-
class
Are they going
now.
to be selling Indian
Concession
tacos?
I don't
stand.
think so.
Okay, look at Jay. He's ready to get on the
Hey,
air.
Jay.
So long.
Kenny, take us out of
Good
here.
night.